Hello, my darling. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a beautiful, blessed day today. What are you most grateful for? 3 things. Today we are doing a chart reading for US, born July 4th, 1776, 5:10 p.m. in Philadelphia, PA. So our big 3, just to confirm, we have our sun in Cancer, moon in Aquarius, and our rising is in Sagittarius. So as always, I read the chart as if I do not know you, I've never met you, and I'm just reading the energies of you. And the flat planets, the ones that you can't see that it's flat, but it's flat, the ones that I've already placed down, these are the planets when you were born. So these energies really never go away. They are the way that they are. And then the planets that I'll put around the rocks and stones are the transiting planets. So this, for example, represents Venus. It's an emerald in a smoky quartz. And, emerald to me always represents the Emerald City, which, is probably where I'm from. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Who knows? I swear a bunch, so my apologies in advance if that is something that is that you get offended by. It's not my intention. But we got a Sag rising, so I don't fucking think you can. As long as it's done in a nice way, I don't fucking think you can. So let's deep dive in. We're going to be doing the reading for kind of a little bit of today. Today's, as I'm doing this, it is the 10th of August in 2022. It's 9:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'm going to be doing the reading for the full moon, which is, oh goodness, it's technically the 12th. I'm celebrating tomorrow, but it's at 1:35. Yeah, and in the morning on the 12th. So let me just pull up the chart for that on my computer, and we're just gonna enjoy this. We're just gonna really deep dive into this. So let's just do a quick overview of the chart. I mean, please zoom in so you can see my writing and everything like that. But we start at the first house, we go all the way around to the 12th, and they represent different areas of our life. And, we have all of these components, and, you can focus on anything. Focus on, your storefront image of yourself, or deep dark transformation and shared possessions, or play. And, you can focus on any of these houses. But, when we were born, this is, for example, our 7th house of relationships, just on first view, obviously was very important to us when we were born. Our Venus is conjunct our natal Jupiter, our natal Venus is conjunct our natal Jupiter right over here. That just means that those 2 planets, when we were born, they form a superpower. Conjunctioners together, they never really go away together from each other. In the sky, we can have different planets that they transit, and then they're conjunct at that time, but then they'll kind of move along their path. But when you were born, you had your Jupiter and your Venus conjunct in your 7th house of relationships. So for you, you're always pretty, you're always lucky in relationships, and you're always just, I don't know, just get away with things. Get away with cheating, get away with all the good stuff. And that's where your natal sun is, so that's where your natal ego is, that's how you identify, and your natal Mars. So with the Venus and Mars in the same house, that's like the way we assert ourselves as well as the way that we receive are kind of the same thing. So we're a little bit of a switch. All right, let's do this. So the sun is going to be at 19 degrees of Leo. So this represents the sun in the sky. And again, the sun in the sky is kind of like a lighthouse. So it's just like bringing to light a little bit of an area where we should be focusing on. So right now, these are farther. Our sun is in our 8th house of shared possessions and deep dark transformation. This is a house that's run by Scorpio, so it's negative fixed water. This is, we're a little bit in the lions and tigers and bears area of our life right now. I'm just gonna move this guy out of the way. A little bit of the lions and tigers and bears area of our life. And so it might seem a little bit like, I think we talked about this last week. If now's the time that you need to make some changes within your relationships, within, the people that you share things with, now's the time. People are moving house, or people are just deciding to move house. I have a few friends that are just recognizing that their soul belongs on a different area on the earth grid. So they are just deciding internally, okay, it's time for me to be going from this area to next. So A, multidimensionally, it's already happened. And B, the space on this planet that you're supposed to be sitting in is calling to you. It's like, ooh, you baby child, come find me. And so when that starts, when you decide and you surrender to, I don't know where it is, but I know that that's where I'm going to go, or I know that I need to leave this person, or you're just telling the person you need to divorce, or you need to separate, or telling, you know, I posted a video on my Instagram. I think I put it on YouTube. I think I put it everywhere. You know, boundaries, gratitude and boundaries, where it's like sometimes a boundary is like, like this is as far as I can offer, or like this is as far as I can be with you. It can also be this is as much as I have to offer you. This is what I can offer. So with the people in your life, make it a new push and pull. Say like, I can keep you in my life this much, but not as much as I have been. Or maybe we've been this close, but I want to be this close. So just, that's kind of a cool focus. And the moon in the sky is going to be at 19 degrees of Aquarius. So that's going to be in our second house, at the end of our second house, near the end of our second house, because our third house, pardon me, I say our, but I mean your third house, but technically mine as well, because I'm residing in the United States. So this vibration I receive as well. It's just a lens. Like I wear glasses, see I'm taking it. Like these are my, like I always say, like it's just a lens that we're viewing these things through. So I get this lens as well, which is kind of multidimensional and intriguing. So our third house starts at 23, pardon me, our third house starts at 23 of Aquarius. So the moon is going to be at 19 degrees of Aquarius. This is going to be at the end of our second house. So when it's a new moon, that's the time to manifest. Full moons are not a time to manifest. I want you to be purging old belief systems. Purging old belief systems in the second house. Second house is a Taurus run house. This is money, access to resources, value, what like tangible assets. What is mine? This is the house that when we're moving, all the things that we put into the box. As I'm reading this, the moon is still in Capricorn. So the moon is right now in our second house. As I'm reading this, it's going to be transiting over our natal Pluto. No, I think it's already, no, actually right now it's conjunct our natal Pluto. Okay, so this is, as I'm reading this right now, this is where the moon is. And then the moon is going to be here for tomorrow for the full moon. So we've talked about this in depth. We're having our Pluto return right now. This is Pluto in the sky. It's in the same place where it was where you were born. So we're here to fuck shit up, basically, is this guy. And so as we completely collapse and surrender to the unknown, what do we value and why? What is it that we're manifesting and why? Just look at your why. And purge old belief systems. Purge old belief systems of lack. Purge old belief systems of shame, of guilt, of anything that has to do with this second run house. Money, access to resources. This is Taurus run house. So think all things Tauran. Fixed earth, fixed negative earth. This is a Venus run house. So we want pretty things. We like things to be nice. It's not a bad thing to want millions of fucking dollars. I just need you to know that. It's not a bad thing. Just what is your intention? What is your why? Do you want to change the world? How do you want to give back? What do you want to do with all that? What do you want to do with your abundance? If living your best life is what you want to do with your abundance, then that's enough. That's enough. You're worthy of that, you son of a gun. You're so fucking beautiful. Just a thought. Just a thought. Alrighty. Mercury, this is Mercury in the sky, is going to be at 12 degrees of Virgo in our ninth house. Actually, I'm going to lay this angel down because it's so fucking beautiful. Our ninth house is our house of quest and adventure, long distance travel, and higher education. So, you know, when the sun gets into our ninth house, we're going to feel a little bit more expansive. I'm going through that transit right now, and one of the books that I really love says like you're supposed to feel uncomfortable in that transit. You're supposed to feel like I can be bigger, I can be bolder, I can be more exciting. So that's when the sun transits over there. Sorry to hop over. So, but what I'm saying is when Mercury's transiting, Mercury's kind of getting your downloads before the sun gets into your ninth house. So look at what is it that I'm receiving from my dream space? What is it that I'm just like plopping down? Like when you're driving or when you're in your most peaceful of spaces, like what information just like plops into your head and you're just like, oh, cool. That old dream that I've had for ages is just keeps popping up. Maybe journal on that. Like I said, when it's a full moon, I don't want you manifesting. I don't want you focused on any of that. any of that. No, thank you, friend. Nuh-uh. But also when the moon, okay, so I'm hopping all over the place. I apologize, but this is just like everything's coming in at this, like I said, everything's coming in at the same time. So a really great, when the moon, this is the moon in the sky, is conjunct your natal moon, where the moon was when you were born. That's a great time to kind of like cast this chart in a similar way that I've been doing every week for you. It's a good time to kind of like sage out what the next month is going to be like, because whatever themes are going on in your life when this is happening, when moon is conjunct your natal moon, that's kind of meant to be like the theme for the next month, for the next lunar cycle. So a little bit after the full moon, and when you're doing your debriefing or you're doing your, at end of the day journaling, whatever it is that you have as your like evening practice, is you surrender, or if you just release things. I think it was Brendan Burchard, a really incredible, oh my God, I have his book, High Performance Habits, that's holding up the freaking like tripod for me to be able to do this reading. He speaks of, at the end of your day, just saying, I release, and just see what comes to mind, see what images come to mind. So that is going to be, I'd say, because we're not going to be doing any manifesting right now, that's going to be a really great way to see what's coming up as far as second house, like I've said, money, access to resources, pentacle stuff. And then our natal moon is in our third house of communication, and our moon is in Aquarius. So like intrinsically, girl, you want everybody to be paid and treated appropriately, even your enemies, even the people you don't like. So just fucking get over yourself and start just saying, I want everybody to have everything. Everybody. Like, if you're not supposed to be in my life, that's super fucking cool. Live and let live and let die, but go and live your life and just be away from me. But like, you don't want bad on them. Don't wish bad on your enemies. Wish good on your enemies, because that vibration hits you first. Thank you, Bob Proctor. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry, my computer was about to go down. Let's see. Here we are. Alrighty, Rooney. Okie dokie. What is next? Sorry. I can't. There it is. I'm trying to computer and technology at the same time, and it is so difficult. So now where are we at? Venus. Okay, so right now, Venus is in Cancer, but for this full moon, Venus is going to be in Leo energy, Leo vibration, and this is happening in your 8th house. So I'm just going to put that right here. What does this mean? That's a lot to unpack all at the same time. So the Venus is going to be transiting in your 8th house from Cancer vibes over to Leo vibes. 8th house we've talked about is fixed negative water energy. It's a Scorpio run house. This is deep dark transformation, shared possessions. This has our natal north node. This is what we're going towards as as you as a being. It's like, I love you, US. You got a female vibe to you today, so I'm just going to go with a female vibe. So girl, your natal north node, your head of the dragon, what you're working towards is being a baller within your house of shared or deep dark transformation, shared possessions, rebirth. This is like Phoenix vibes. Your natal Mercury's in there as well. So listen to your motherfucking downloads. Mercury's talking to you. Venus is in there, Sun is in there. There's so much activity happening in this house. So much activity on this axis has been going on, the 2nd to 8th house. So what do we value and why? Purge old belief systems on that. Really, what are we going towards? Do we need a raise? Do we need a loan? What are we asking for? Now's the time. Money can be flowing in a nice, beautiful way, but like, focus. When Venus is going into the house into Leo vibes, that's like everyone's going to be saucy. Everybody wants to be the main character. We are the main character. Be the main character. Like, you've got good vibes in a house that can be scary. And you've got a lot of stuff in that house. Your natal sun is like 1 degree away from your 8th house. So it's like you vibe comfortably in the midst of the lions and tigers and bears portion of your freaking chart. So like, but also you'll have a nice break until the sun gets to your natal Neptune. That's over in Virgo energy. So like, you're good. You're good, girl. We got exciting things happening. Sun's at 19 degrees of Leo. Where's your natal north node? 7. We've already transited over your natal north node. So like, over the past few weeks, what is it that's been coming to mind? What do you wake up? Yeah, what are some old things that like some old ideas, some old dreams that you've had that you're like, you know what? I did want to write that book. You know what? I do want to do that thing. You know what? I really do. Do we sit with, oh my God, great idea, Sarah. Do you sit with the moment of your death enough? Do you sit with the moment that you are on your deathbed? I want you to romanticize the moment of your death because it's going to come. And I want you to look at yourself laying in bed, smiling. You just did it. You did all the things that you wanted to do. And when you look around you, what do you have with you? Like, is it a wedding ring where you're like, oh, I found my soulmate. I'm so happy. I'm so blessed. Is it, you're in this house, you're in this beautiful house, and oh my God, I got my dream home and I got to live on my land. And like what is it at the end of the life? Or oh, I had my dream job. What is it at the end of your life that you have to fucking do? That you have to fucking do. I legit don't even have a pen around. Okay, I found a pen. I'm gonna write this down because I'll do a whole video, just a little shorty, on like end of life. Like, are we meditating on our last day? End of life vid. I'll give some specifications on that one because I want to really, like, that's why I became a minister and working towards like being a death doula for you. Like, I'm here for all of these questions. There's going to be a big transition at some point, or tons of people are choosing to transition. I'm getting all over the place, but really, the end of the day, what matters? What do you value? Why? I want to put the North Node down for some reason. The North Node is in Taurus at 17 degrees. So let's see. That's in our 5th house. Okie dokie. Play. Fun. A joy-filled space. Romance, passion, children or childlike spirits, confidence, creative expression, romance. This is a Leo-run house. This is what we're working towards. Are we learning how to have fun? I'm struggling with it too. It's not easy. It's not easy. But look at that. And we're purging old belief systems in the 11th house, right over here. South Node is in Scorpio. So like, purge all these old belief systems, purge all of the toxic patterns, purge all the old sexual things. You don't have to, Scorpio, like purging, like South Node in Scorpio is like old sexual stuff. So like, stop, don't cheat. Maybe even if you did forgive yourself at some point, what does healthy sex look like? What does healthy, romance look like? Yeah, healthy romance, not so healthy stuff. Good, yeah, I'll leave that there. What is healthy passion? And let's purge and leave behind old values of unlovability. Ooh, that's coming now. Yeah, you are so fucking lovable. You don't have to do whatever you used to do sexually. You can release that. Even just talking about it, girl, it feels gross. So leave it behind. Don't judge yourself. Look at it. Just look at it. That's all you have to do is look at it. Sometimes when it comes to unpacking these really deep traumas and these deep, gross things, like you just have to look at it and say, wow, that happened to me, or I did that. And look at it and cry, but you're not that person anymore. You're not what's happened to you, and you're not what you've done. Really look at forgiving yourself. And how can you express your pain in a way that feels healthy? This is a really exciting time for you. It feels like a lot of deep healing can come from this time. I'm really proud of you. Really fucking proud of you. This is my new Saturn. I got a few new stones for the board. Also, comment below, can everyone read this? Because I can rewrite it. If not, I'm probably going to attempt to rewrite one. I know my handwriting has been described as art, not really communication, but this is the board that I use all the time and the one that I travel with, so I like to be as authentic as possible. But please just comment below. Can everyone read this? And does everyone understand where the planets are and what they mean? If not, I will do my best to make it as legible and as user-friendly, that's not really the right term, as possible, but okie dokie. Okay, we have Saturn in the sky. Saturn is going to be at 22 of Aquarius. That will be, I think, in our second house. Let's find out. At the last degree of the second house. So Saturn, Papa Time, our disciplinarian, like there's a lot happening on this axis. You can see that, right? Like, I'm not making this up. Not like you can't focus on, the storefront window version of yourself and your complete soul purpose and stuff. But just does it feel right now that like shared possessions and value systems and money is just coming up a lot? Right? Right? Yeah, in a really big way. Yeah, the moon's going to be at 19 of Aquarius. Saturn's going to be at 22 of Aquarius. Saturn's going retrograde. Like, there's so much happening. Some intense fucking planets over here. All right, let's do Chiron. Chiron is our wounded healer, our wounded warrior, our heal. Like, this is where we have a deep core wound. This is at 16 Aries. Where's that going to go? Oh my God, girl. I think we are about to have our Chiron return. No. Okay, so Chiron in the sky is going retrograde at 16 of Aries, and Chiron when you were born was at 20 degrees of Aries. We have some time, but we're within a 4-5 degree orb, which, seems to be like a conjunction, so I'm just going to give it to you. Just going to give it. It's close enough. It's in our 4th house of house and home, our safety, our pocket of the world, like where we feel safe. This is the roots of the tree of your life growing down, like the bottom of the chart over here. So like I just said about, the sexual things, about all the things that we're purging, and, the North Node will eventually transit this way with like the North Node will be here and the South Node's here, and it's going to go this way. Then this is the lunar node, so it's going backwards where everything else is going forwards, but Chiron is retrograde, so Chiron's going backwards right now as well. But like, whatever you did, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. It's okay. Like, it's totally fine. Whatever you took, whatever you did wrong, forgive yourself. Look at it. Just look at it. Just look at it. Yeah, you can't, what's the word? You can't change the past. You can change your reaction to the past, and that changes the past. Okay, Uranus is in Taurus, in our 5th house. Play, creativity, childlike spirits. This is going to be here for a while. This is our maverick in the sky. We've just had a lot of activity over there. Mars is at 25 degrees of Taurus. Let me see if that has transitioned houses. Yep. Mars is in our 6th house of health and practical service, daily life. What do we want to be doing? So we had this conjunction a bit ago of the North Node, Mars, and Uranus in our 5th house, where we might have had some ideas of like, I want to have fun. I don't want to die miserable. Now Mars is in our 6th house saying, well, what the fuck are you going to do about it? You going to change some aspects of your lifestyle? Huh? You going to do that? And, ooh, how cool is that? We're going to have Mars transiting our natal Uranus in Gemini. That's not for a while. I'll let you know when that happens. That's not for a while. Neptune, our Poseidon in the sky, retrograde in Pisces right now in our 3rd house of communications, just doing its thing. Just doing its thing. You're learning how to communicate. Doesn't matter how long it takes you. I was saying to one of the Satyrs in the Trinity the other day, it doesn't matter how long it takes you. Don't judge yourself if you finally said the words. That's all that matters. When Neptune is retrograde, Neptune in Pisces, it's been described as like wearing rose-colored glasses and being like, he loves me. No, he doesn't. He's a narcissist. He wants to buy me presents. No, he doesn't. He wants you to come over and take care of him. You know what I mean. All right, this is my new Jupiter. Luck be a lady tonight. Jupiter is retrograde in Aries. In our 4th house, a house and home, our little pocket of the world, cultural family roots. Safety is key in this house. So when a planet is retrograde, go inward. Don't soapbox this. Like I'd said, if you are ready to make some changes with the people in your life, you don't have to manifest right now. Don't manifest right now. Stop trying to manifest right now. Stop. A really incredible channeler, Phil Good, he had said something like, oh my God, he's so incredible, but sometimes it's like the most important information and it's so fucking triggering because it's like, I get it. When he was just like, stop with your manifesting. Just stop it. If you haven't received something, it means that you need to look inward and fix the thing inside of yourself, or fix the thing in like we're all so powerful. We're all beyond powerful. So if something's not working, surrender to the now and just be here and now and pick up whatever breadcrumbs you're supposed to pick up right now and enjoy the moment as if it's here. Like, it's so simple. We know this, but for some reason it was triggering AF. That's always when I need to learn my lessons. When it's triggering AF, that's like, girl, it's time. All right, everybody's down. Everybody's down. So please, again, this is our axis that we're focusing on. 2nd and 8th house. Really, do your own research with that. Because these planets, Uranus, Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, these are all retrograde. Like, our moon will go quickly around the chart. Look at what's coming up in your life right now. Kind of look ahead and say, okay, this is going to be the common theme for the month. When the moon gets here, that's going to be your common theme for the month. So look at what's coming up in your life right now. Purge those fucking old belief systems. Purge fear. Purge attachment to lack. Purge fear of lovability, of good things happening. We can get so stuck on that familiar broken record of, oh, I almost. No. What about if you did? What if the best case scenario happened? Are you going to handle it like a champ? Fuck yeah, you are. Fuck yeah, you are. And, with Venus changing over from Cancerian vibes to Leo vibes in the 8th house, where can you be the keeper of the keys? Instead of being help me. What do you have a shit ton to offer the world vibrationally, energetically? What do you have a shit ton of? What do you have infinity of that you can offer to everybody as a badass lady and be like, and this could be love. This could be unconditional love. If you have time, meditate and send good thoughts out into the world, or, spend time visualizing a world that, nobody's in pain, or everyone has access to, clean drinking water, or, pick your favorite thing that, everybody should just naturally have access to because they're a human fucking being on this planet. Shelter, water, food, good, healthy community, healthy connection and communication. Pick your fucking flavor of the month and literally just sit for a minute and just visualize the entire earth getting access to that vibration. Every person, regardless of their belief systems, regardless of anything, could be the crappiest person to you on this planet. Visualize them getting everything, getting just like a clean glass of water. And if you don't think that everyone should have access to a clean glass of water, that's where you need to sit down and look. And sit. If you can't think of one thing that you think everybody should have access to, that's your work today, child. That's your work. Yay, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so great. All right, US, what's your nickname? Comment below. What should I nickname US, or just us? I like that. All right, us. I love you. You're doing great. Comment below any questions that you have, and I'm here. I love you.